Start with what?
Okay, so we'll start by introducing ourselves.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Peter. I'm 29.
Okay.
I work as an executive manager at the Cultural Center, and I'm your instructor for today. Will you, Abdurrahman, please start?
Okay. Nice to meet you. I am Abdurrahman Hussam. I am 26 years old. I am in Faculty of Physical Therapy in Fordham University. I have graduated. I work now as a physical therapist. And I live in Damanhur. And I knew this meeting from a friend from Alexandria.
Okay, great. Welcome, Abdurrahman.
Welcome.
Hello,
Yes, please introduce yourself.
I am Basma. I am a mechanical engineer. I am 35 years old. I work in Misri Petroleum Company for around 12 years old. I have a daughter called Alia.
Hey, hello. I'm happy to have you again, Basma. So today I want to talk about something that is very the topic really touches all of us, because especially that we're here. I want to discuss learning languages. Okay, do you understand me? Okay, let me just give you a few points. First, if there's anything you don't understand, just ask. You can raise your hand. You know how to raise your hand in Zoom?
Okay.
You know how to raise your hand in Zoom?
You mean I stop you and ask you?
There is a button in Zoom where you can raise your hand. You know how to use it?
Okay. I'll try.
Okay, Basma, do you know how to
Okay, I saw it.
Okay, great.
Okay.
We have Asma joining us. Hello, Asma. Let's wait for Asma to join us with her audio. Asma, can you hear us? I'm just telling her to activate her audio. Okay. Asma. Okay, Asma, if you can hear us, write it in the chat. Ahmed joined us. Okay, Ahmed, Asma is here. Asma, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, would you please introduce yourself to everybody? Abdurrahman and Basma, or introduce themselves? Would you please introduce yourself too?
Yes, I am Asma Ismail. I am chemical engineer. I have two sons, Ayad and Adam. Now working is COVID-19.
Okay, thank you,
That's
Asma.
all.
Ahmed,
Hello, how's it going?
how's it going, Ahmed? Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay. My name is Ahmed Ghazairi. I study production engineering. I'm about to graduate. Still have my graduation project. So I don't know what else I can tell about myself. So if you'd like to ask anything, just feel free to ask.
Okay, great, because this session is going to be a lot about asking questions, like very specific topics. Okay,
Yeah, I prefer specific questions.
Okay, that's really good. I want to give you like some points at first. During the session, if there's anything
Okay.
then please raise your hand. Does everybody know how to raise their hand in Zoom?
If I need anything, actually, yeah, I can see the raise hand button
Okay.
down there. Okay, that's fine.
Asma, do you know how to use the raise your hand button?
Yes.
Okay, great. So if there's anything you don't understand, something that I'm saying or someone else in the podcast is saying, please raise your hand and ask. If I feel like there's any hard word or like a long word or a new word that I'm using, I'm going to write it down in the chat. Can everybody see the chat? Does everybody see the chat?
Yeah, of course, I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't know how to use the chat, please tell me.
Okay.
Please tell me how to use the chat.
Okay, are you on your desktop, like are you on a computer or on your phone?
No. I am on my phone.
Okay, there's a button at the end, like at the bottom of the page. There's a button at the bottom of the page which has like a chatting blurb called chat. Can you press it?
Okay.
It will open a panel, a new white panel. And I wrote you something in it. Panel.
Okay.
Chat now. Okay. If there's any hard word that I will be saying, or I notice someone saying a word that I don't think other people will be using or understanding, I'm going to write it in the chat. So please check it. If you have any questions, you can write it also in the chat. If you don't want to read, you can also write it in the chat. Okay?
Okay.
So first up, I want to ask you if any of you are learning any languages now. That could also include English. If you are learning any other languages other than Arabic, please tell me. Let's start with Basma.
Okay. I'm preparing for the TOEFL exam, so I downloaded a book. Its name Long Man Book, and every day I take 2 pages from it and study it.
Okay, great. Asma?
Now learning English only, because I prepare for IELTS.
Okay,
There is no time for another language.
Okay, great. So you have someone preparing for a TOEFL exam and an IELTS exam. Great. Ahmed?
Yes.
Okay, I'm still learning English. Okay, I'm good, but I'm still learning. And also I try to learn Spanish, especially that I have a lot of Spanish friends. And just like I would like to talk to them, jaja with them. So I try to learn some couple words in Spanish. Yeah, but I don't know a lot, but just like muchas gracias and these kind of things. That the beginning of language. I tried also to learn Germany, but I didn't go with it. So currently I didn't do any of that. So just chilling with people, speaking English. That's all.
Okay, that's not bad. Abdurrahman?
Okay, I am studying English in the American Council. I am in level 8. I am in an intermediate stage.
Okay.
I am listening. I am always listening to the radio, and so on.
That's great. I'm happy that people are actually taking steps to like solidify the learning by like taking classes or like trying to get professional tests. That's actually great. So that's go to my next point. Did your way of studying the language really help you? Like now you said that you're studying using a textbook, Longman. So it's your TOEFL exam. Is it helping you? Are you noticing any progress?
I'm still in the listening part because the TOEFL is listening, writing, and I am in the listening part. I recognize that I have been improved. The book have a pre-test and some discussion and skills to learn and post-test. So I took about 90 skills in the exam, and I feel that I take a little bit of progress.
Okay.
Oh, I'm still in the listening part.
Okay, that's great. Sma, how do you study for your IELTS?
I try to practice English. I not prefer to textbook or there is no benefit to read English only.
Okay.
I try to listen, practice with other people. Just that. Know the manner we have to study English vocabulary only or grammar only.
Okay. I'm going to discuss. This is great that you mentioned it. Ahmed, how are you studying? You said that you're Spanish.
Yeah, no, I tried, but I didn't go with that. No, just like, you know, it takes time for me. So I decided to finish my school work before I started any language. You know, just I still have my graduation project. So so I just delayed that to some other time. But you know, it was that was helpful to learn a new language, especially that they have a different mindset, different cultures, and you know, to learn more, to understand people, appreciate the difference, and all these kind of things. That's really important for you as a person, to grow as a person. That you know, the world has many people with different backgrounds, and you need to just listen and try to understand them.
This is a great point, actually, because last week in the English Club we were discussing something like this, like the effect of learning language on you, like smarter, because people think that learning language can make them smarter, make them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you know like multiple languages, let's say you know English, Arabic, and Spanish, you have a different personality.
Different perspectives.
Another personality when you're speaking English, and a different personality when speaking Spanish. It's been scientifically that, not like during some tests that experiments that when you're speaking a different language, your personality changes.
Yeah, of course, I agree with that.
And you also discussed a little bit about do you think language like affects culture, or culture affects language? But that's a whole big topic. Let's go to.
Yeah, that's a huge one. I think, you know, just like when you talk about language, which affects other, I guess. Okay, you're gonna discuss this later, right? Or I'm gonna say, or I should say something. You know,
this is a really big topic. Let's move to Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, how are you studying for English? Like, do you study English?
Yes, I am studying English since a long time.
Okay.
I am listening to the radio on my mobile phone to Voice of America and the other channels. I am doing writing tasks and listening tasks, and I learn in my course a lot of new vocabulary. And I read books, so it's so interesting to learn a new language.
Okay, so Abdurrahman is actually very immersed in the language. You know the word immersed? It means like I wrote down the word immersed.
You're swamped with the language.
Yeah, immersed. That you are deep into it. That you are taking a lot of time.
Totally immersed in it. Do you immerse it in like? When you put something in something, like when you are immerse something in water, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you use it. It's
exactly.
You know, in Arabic we have something called tashbih. You know.
Yeah.
Tashbih, that. So we are using we are immersing something in water. So Abdurrahman is immersing himself in English, and this is actually a thing. when you are learning a new language, you need to surround yourself with stuff that help you with the language. Like Ahmed said that he was learning Spanish so he can speak with Spanish friends. This would bring me to a point that this is a personal experience. I started my learning languages when I was at school. I started with English, and I really liked the language because of the teacher. But then I wanted to learn other languages. So I started with very the word obscure.
Obscure, yeah.
Obscure. It means that it's very not known. It's not famous. Something that not a lot of people know or use actually. So I started learning the Coptic language. I didn't use it, so I stopped learning. I started learning Latin, Old English, the Latin language. So I didn't use it too, so I stopped learning it. And then I started learning French. And I had to learn French at school because I needed to graduate. So I learned French, and it was a really good experience learning French. And then I started learning Russian, but I was not using Russian for anything, so I stopped learning Russian. Then I went to learn Turkish, and I did not use Turkish anymore, so I stopped learning Turkish.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, and then now I'm studying, I'm getting back to French, and I'm starting to study Italian and German, or I'm writing how to say the word Deutsch. You know the word Deutsch?
Deutsch, yes.
Deutsch.
So may I ask you about your experience with French?
Language of anyone?
No. Deutsch is the language of Germany.
German.
Deutsch of German?
Yeah, Deutsch.
For Nemsa, huh?
No, for Germany, Almania.
No, I'm not sure of that, but I feel like Deutsch is a
Germany
different.
for Germany for it's the German language is called Deutsch.
Deutsch, yeah, Deutsch.
Deutsch. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, and there's the other one called Dutch. The one after it called Dutch. It's for Holland. The Holland language is called Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody see that chat?
Deutsch is helpful language for engineering.
Yeah, Deutsch is very because I was an engineer, so I was learning Deutsch because I wanted to go work there, but I didn't have. So I just it's on hold now. I'm not learning it anymore. So one of the biggest things that I want to focus on is that you actually stop learning a language because there is no motivation to use it.
Exactly.
The motivation is now in the chat.
And sometimes it's difficult, just like French, for example, it is really hard to pronounce their words, and I'm just nothing is specific, nothing obvious. Just they write the thing and they say a different thing, and that confuses me. Yeah,
exactly. But there's a lot of problems when learning a language. It's not easy. It's never an easy thing to learn a new language because language always comes with the culture it comes from. So you need to understand.
Yeah.
Say this and why they say this, and it depends heavily on the culture. But if you have a motivation to use it, like Basma is learning English because she wants to have a TOEFL degree. Asma wants an IELTS degree, so they are motivated to learn. Abdurrahman doing all of this because he must have an end goal. There's a goal he wants to get to. So when I was preparing for this podcast and I wanted to know why I stopped, I was looking back on all the languages I wanted to learn and why I stopped. There was always something I didn't have, which was motivation.
I think I stopped to learn languages for different reasons. Not only motivation. Actually, I learned English without motivation, I guess. But just I wanted to know other perspectives, to talk to different people. Not the motivation wasn't to be good at English to apply for a job, or for example.
Okay, great. So I'm going to start with you, Ahmed, with this question. Why do you think you stopped learning a certain language like Spanish? What was the reason you stopped learning this language?
Yeah, exactly. The reason was that I may do something different, not learning a language, especially that most of people know how to speak English. So what I would like to learn a new language. Actually, that would be for fun, I guess, to talk to my friends, and they. By the way, my friends can speak English. You know, some of them are from Puerto Rico. They are Puerto Ricans. So they can speak English. Puerto Rico is a state in America, as I remember. So physically they can speak English, but you know that speaking Spanish is something different, and they're just like, it's just for fun. So I was thinking about taking a course that would help me to spend time in, and that would you know, just like when I applied for a job, that will give me extra bonus when I get a job, you know, more money, these kind of things.
Yeah, but why did you stop learning the language?
The time, you know, just like I can invest my time in something different, you know. Just like a course, you know, just like a course increase your knowledge about something.
Okay. Let me go
yeah.
Why did you focus just on English and not learn other languages? What would stop you from learning? Okay, let me make the question even harder. What would make you stop learning English? Rahman?
It's me?
Yeah. What
Okay.
made you stop learning English?
I really stopped before while I was studying. Then I have learned from this mistake. So I am continuing my learning, so my level can't be less. So I think the most important part in learning language is to be continuous.
Okay, but why did you stop before?
Because my jobs and my working took from me a long time.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I got back to the language.
This is great. I'm really happy.
But I need to ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
How does a new language change your personality?
Okay, this is not like a scientific fact. This is based on experiments.
Okay.
Me, for example, I'm going to use something called, I'm going to write the word called anecdotal, which means it's based on a story. Okay, so when I say anecdotal evidence, it means that this evidence is based on a personal story. You understand what I'm saying?
This is
No.
the first time I saw this word. Okay.
It's a new word for me.
Okay, so the original word is called anecdote. This word means it's a story.
Okay.
Okay, so when I say anecdotal evidence, it means it's an evidence that is based on a personal story of me.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about myself now. It's not like a scientific evidence, it's just anecdotal evidence. It's based on a story, a personal experience.
Okay.
Asma, are you following?
Yes, it's fun.
Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to like
I have a problem in network.
what?
I have a problem in network.
Connection problems.
Can you hear me? Like, did you hear what I said?
Yes, sometimes yes, sometimes no.
If there's anything you didn't hear, you can like tell me.
But I can follow you.
What? I'm sorry.
Sometimes hear you, and sometimes don't hear you. But I
Okay,
can
if you
follow
don't
you.
hear me, if you don't hear me, just tell me to repeat again.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
So, again, based on my anecdotal experience, is that when I'm speaking in Arabic, this is just me. I don't feel confident. I don't think I can make everyone understand my ideas in Arabic. I feel like I'm shy in Arabic. I'm not very outgoing or outspoken in Arabic. I don't really like at work. I need to give a lot of presentations. So when I have to give a presentation in Arabic, I'm terrible. I'm really bad. But when it switches to English, I feel like I can use the right words. I can use expressions that are correct for this. When I'm giving a presentation in English, I feel more confident that I can use my hands, my face. I use like different tones in my voice to get my point across. When I'm speaking French, I feel like the few times I spoke French, is that I can I feel like I'm how to express this, that I'm being smart, that I'm trying
elegant.
to pick on someone. Yeah, I feel like
You mean effect on soft skills?
Yeah, using different languages affects affects a lot of my soft skills. When I'm French, I can use like sneaky words. I can trick someone into thinking something while I mean something else. When I tried speaking Deutsch, it was I felt stupid. I felt very stupid. But when I was using these languages, I felt like there are different Peters. If you know, if you can get what I mean, that there is a lot of personalities inside me, and when I'm using different languages, it's like a new part of me comes out. Did any of you have this experience before?
I believe in that. Actually, every language you speak, every accent you speak with, you feel you're different. I'm pretty sure of that. Actually, just like I learned 2 accents. I didn't spend time learning them. I learned it from my friends. I have friends from different countries, and they have different accents. So basically, I get my accent from that. So when you speak with the British accent, you feel like you are from some gang from Birmingham, you know. Okay. And other time when you just speak the American English, you feel like just like those people from 17s, these ages. So it basically you even have a different voice. You maybe do have a
different voice. This is a great way to say it.
Yeah, have a different voice.
Do you feel like that, Abdurrahman, that when you speak in Arabic and you speak in English, you are not exactly the same person?
Really, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think for me, I think it's I am the same personality. So maybe that's because I didn't talk with a lot of people in English, but I don't know. But I feel that I am the same person. I don't know.
Try it, and try to notice yourself. Like if you're doing something different in Arabic and you're doing it like you're doing something in Arabic when you're speaking Arabic, and then you do it differently when you speak in English. Just try to notice yourself. Maybe
okay.
I don't know. Okay, Basma.
I mean sometimes I think in English. I am thinking.
I'm going to get this thinking in English or thinking in a different language. Basma, you have something to say?
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, Ahmed. Abdurrahman. Basma? Basma, you are muted. Please unmute yourself and speak.
I'm sorry. I feel like Abdurrahman, I'm the same, but I feel unconfident when I was speaking English because of losing expression, feeling losing expression that I wanted to express it yet. Feeling that I lose words that I wanted to use, which make me unconfident.
Okay.
This what make foreign language make me.
Just like you didn't find the right word to say.
Well, okay. Say
Yeah, actually we do this in Arabic, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, that thing you said.
I'm in English regular.
Okay.
The thing you said.
Something I also wanted to speak about is the motivation, learning language and motivation.
Go ahead.
I think it's not related on learning language only. It's related in everything you do in life. Learning language, studying in college, everything. If you don't have a motivation to do, you're particularly begin to stop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Step by step.
I believe in that.
That's correct. Say something. The I thing, like when you
Stuttering.
something is called stuttering. Right in the chat. Stuttering means that you start to hang on one letter. So like you could say something like that's called stuttering. I actually have this problem in Arabic. I stutter a lot in my music Arabic, much more than I stutter in English. Now, Asma, I want you to talk to me about two things. First, do you feel like you have a different personality when you speak in Arabic and when you speak in English?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, very a lot. The method of saying the method of receive thoughts from other people.
Mm-hmm.
I took FHF course from Abidest from 7 years. So I can't forget this course as he learned to be leadership with learning English.
Okay, that's great.
Yes. In my work, I change my personality for different people, for different talking in English, to receive from their formal or informal thoughts.
Yes.
Just.
That's great. Okay, what would make you stop learning English, Asma?
Please
What?
repeat. You can hear me. Please repeat.
Okay, yeah. I'm asking you, what would happen or something that you would have that would make you stop learning English?
Time. Time is a very problem for me.
Okay.
The Egyptian method for learning English from different centers. I didn't continue because that point.
Yes. I have a lot to say about this, but let's leave it to when we come to it. But
Me too.
I didn't ask you about this question yet. What would make you stop learning English?
Are you asking me, Basma?
Yeah.
English exactly have a lot of motivation to study it. All reference of engineering are in English. All courses online are English. So I don't think English language I can stop learning. Maybe maybe I can stop studying other languages. I took courses in French, and I didn't use it. I lost the motivation, so I didn't continue studying French. But English, all reference, all studies, all book are in English.
Yeah. Okay, I agree.
I don't.
Agree with you. Okay, let's move on to this point before I go into like what Asma was talking about. What do you think is the best way? Is the best your most preferred way to learn a language, English or any other one? The best way to learn a language. This is a very big question, and I'm going to like ask a lot of questions about it. But start with Abdulrahman.
Okay, if only part, I think it's listening.
Listening. You think listening to a lot of English or a lot of any language will help you learn the language?
Can you repeat?
You think that listening to people's language is the most important way to learn the language?
Yes, I think so. When you listen, you get the accent of the speaker. You get his pronunciation, which is right from native speakers. You learn new idioms. You can learn from him. You can know how we use the language. You can imitate him. A lot of things you can get from it.
Okay, I agree, but I have this problem, and I don't know if other people have. If they have it, please tell me. That
Okay.
I hear the word, and I like repeating it in my head. The way he says the word, like the way the person says the word. This happens especially because I was trying to learn Japanese, but it didn't work out. It's too hard. So
Japanese.
yeah, it's so I hear them speaking, like people speaking Japanese, and I imitate.
Yeah, I watch anime too.
I used to watch a lot of anime. Now I don't have time.
I
And,
try to learn it, but
What?
it is a difficult language. I try to learn it, but I can't continue.
Yeah. So I keep hearing people speaking Japanese, but so I think in my head I can say this word now. I can make the same pronunciation that how they voice this word. But when I say it, it comes completely wrong.
I can tell you why.
What?
I can tell you the reason.
You go ahead, please tell me.
Okay, because when you go to pronunciation, you need repetitions. You can't get it from the first time. If it were from the first time, it would be so easy, but it isn't easy really.
Okay, so you think I need to listen to it a lot, so I can get.
To listen a lot, and you can imitate it while you are speaking, so you can try to imitate a lot.
Okay, Best may have something to say.
No, my phone has a problem. Its touch is turn it down, so it had a problem. While I using to log in chat, it open other things.
Okay, no problem. So Abdurrahman, you said we need to listen a lot and then practice what we listen, but we need to base it on what we listen to, right?
Not in that way, but you can get a lot from listening, and then maybe try to get new vocabulary and speak and use them, and use writing. Use all the skills of language is very important to don't make every part alone. No, it's a all language. You can get of all skills in it. You can try.
Okay.
Maybe you are good in something. You are bad in something. You try to improve yourself in that specific thing.
Okay. Ahmed.
I believe that the interaction with those people who are natives, that would help you better. Not just listening to them, not just repeating. You will get your motivation by interact with people that they speak that language. You would then you would like to tell them about your perspective. Tell them about your opinion about that matter that they discuss. So if you are going to listen to them only, or just repeat what they say, that will not help you. I'm sure of that.
Okay.
So just try to interact with them. So if you'd like a way to interact with them, I can recommend you something that would help you, of course. It is called Discord. Okay, it's an application for gamers, and most of the people there are Americans, Brits, and people from different countries. They speak just for the matter of speaking and spending time, not just learning people. So you can just interact with them.
I mean while listening, while I'm alone, but when I speak to people, I need to interact. Sure, I need to speak. I need to use my body language. I only mean that when I am at home.
Yes, exactly. I agree with that.
Question. You put yourself in English situations, in Japanese situation.
Yeah. Yourself in that you need. I must speak the language now. Is helps a lot in actually making your brain work faster. Use the language. So, Asma, you were speaking. What do you think is the best way to learn a language?
Put yourself in situations to use the language. It's the best way to learn it.
When you are familiar with the language, you know, just like English. If you put yourself in situations, that will help you, of course. Just like if you don't know a word, if you don't know some specific word and you would like to pick the right word to express what is in your mind, so of course that would help. But if you learn a new language, just like French or Japanese, I guess that couldn't work with that. You should learn more, you know, just like listen more. Okay, I'm discussing that with you because I would like to know your opinions. What worked with you? What doesn't work with you? So
I think
yeah, no, just
I agree with Asma. Because even if you don't know everything about, like, you don't know all the words, being in a situation will make you think of other ways to say what you want to say. You don't use right
I have an opinion.
Go ahead, Basma.
First, any language to begin, we have the principle. To learn the principle, we have courses and this thing, and like our friend Ahmed, he learned in an American council now, and an online courses and something like that. And in the school we have learned English, but after a while you have to practice. This principle you can't learn by practice. This is by books and learning in courses and classes and something like that. But after a while you need to improve it and to apply it. So you have to practice it in a situation. Like English club, we are using English which we have used learned in before. So this is what I see.
So you believe first
English club is a way of learning English because it's in advanced advanced step. You have to practice it. In at the beginning, if you don't know how to say hello in the language, you can't use it and practice it.
I believe that learning a new language will contain a lot of phases. You know, the first phase is principle, of course. I agree with that. But when you try to learn it by pushing yourself to formulate a sentence that you don't know anything about it, that will be difficult, and you lose passion about the language. That will be difficult, you know, just like you spend a lot of time and you know a little. That's what I mean. But when you okay.
I didn't get what you say. Could you please say it again?
Okay. So when you start to formulate a phrase, just make a sentence. You know, just like you would like to say something, and you start to I would like to know a word that serves my purpose and deliver my concept and deliver what I want to say to people. You spend a lot of time, you know, just like you spend a lot of time searching the right word. Okay, you pick from just like 4, 5, 6. It depends on the number of you pick in and the meaning you would like to deliver. So after a while, you will spend maybe 20 minutes in one sentence to make sure this is completely right, and to make sure of the grammar and everything else. So you will get bored and you will not continue in that. That's what I'm saying.
I am not completely with you, because you have to know the letters from the first and the grammar and take courses. I think when I learned French, I learned it in a center and the English part. I take courses in English at the beginning before I take to practice. I take myself to another step, which is practicing. If you don't know the meaning of the share of, you have to get a huge amount of words before trying to participate.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that, of course. But just like I was talking about that, if you would like to learn a new language, what is the best way to learn that language? Just like you can't just try to formulate a word, a sentence without knowing the just like you are familiar with the language.
Ahmed and Basma, let me just say something.
Okay.
This
Go
question
ahead.
was supposed to be like, what is the best way to you? Doesn't have
To
to
me.
else, because
Okay.
we are all different.
Of course.
Some things will work for some people and not for the others. So maybe what's best for you isn't somebody else. I just want you to share what you think is the best way for you to learn. Maybe someone else will find it useful and use it too.
Okay.
Okay, Basma?
Okay.
We have Muhammad Atif. Hello, Muhammad. Hello, Rio. You can hear us. He is not hearing us.
Yes, I can hear you. I'm sorry, the phone was just laggy.
Okay, it's no problem. Just to get you up to speed, we are speaking about discussing learning language. We have been through a lot of questions. Now we are discussing the best way to learn a language. What do you think is the best way to you to learn a language?
To me, interesting question. Actually, how I learned English is basically by immersing myself in literally an English-rich environment, by spending all of my time doing things where I am hearing English being spoken every day. And of course, because this is not available normally in Egypt, I did this by watching movies and playing video games that are in English. And so slowly but surely, my brain just constructed the language as if it's my first language,
You get used to it.
Great that you
Yeah.
said, because we have someone else who did the same thing. Abdurrahman here is immersing himself. He used the same word, immersing himself in everything English. And he's taking courses and he's listening to radio and he's doing everything he can in English. And like he said, he started thinking in English too. Which we're going to get. So this is amazing that you both have the same experience with it.
Yes, but mine it started many years ago, like maybe about 9 or 10 years ago. So
Wow.
yeah, it's been a while.
It's okay. It doesn't matter when you start, as long as it's as like what I think Basma said, being continuous, never stopping doing.
Yes, if it wasn't for the consistency, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Actually.
Consistency. The word consistency means to continue doing something, never stopping. It's now in the chat. Consistency.
So it takes time, but I think it's a way to get to the most perfect and accurate way to like learn something. Like it's by doing it constantly all the time. It takes a lot of time. It took me years to be like this, but it's flawless because I'm hearing everything from its source, from the people who normally speak this language.
Ahmed, you said something that can help with this. That using Discord. Let me write it down. Ahmed, you suggested using Discord, right?
Yeah. You can use a lot of servers and you can find people.
An application or website where there are a lot of rooms, and when you enter the room, you can discuss whatever they're doing inside the room. So it's a great place to, again, like what Rio and Abdurrahman said, to immerse yourself in the language, which is very good. It's great, actually.
Yes, I use it actually.
Great. We have a lot of commonalities here. Okay. My next question is going to be, what?
Sorry, sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Basma, you want to say something? Or Asma? I'm sorry.
Asma.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, Asma.
What's the meaning of Discord? I can't hear.
Okay,
I
Discord.
didn't hear.
Okay, Discord is a website. It's called Discord, where you can use. There are a lot of rooms. You can enter the room and listen to what people say and talk to them.
It's application.
Yeah, it's an online. I can't remember application or website. Can somebody?
It's an application and a website.
It's both.
Oh.
Okay. Application and website.
Thanks a lot.
The word Discord. This word Discord means. How do I put this? It means that there is chaos. Do you know this word?
Please repeat it. Means it?
Chaos.
Don't know that.
Chaos means there is no order. Everything is messed up. لخبطة.
فوضى.
You're yeah, exactly.
Yes, discord and chaos mean this.
Distribution. From distribution.
Not
Like-
distribution.
Like distribution?
No, distribution has order in it. You distribute something, you give everyone their piece. Chaos or discord, it means like there is no order.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Do you understand what discord and chaos mean? Okay, now I'm going to go to a big like point of discussion is how we learned English in school. Okay, I need to put like an tip here. We do not want to like insult the. We don't want to do that.
Okay.
We have to. We have to.
No, please don't. We just want to talk about it, like how you learned English, like how they tried to make you learn English in school. Did it help you or not? Just experience. Okay. We'll start with Rio. Rio, please go ahead. How did you learn English in school? And how did it help? Did it help you? Didn't help you?
By all means, I didn't.
You didn't learn English in school?
I literally didn't. All I did was basically memorize words that I never remembered after the tests, and those are the words that I learned that I actually didn't learn, memorized. The ones that I could, I forgot after the tests, and by the time I was actually capable of speaking English, all I did was correct the teachers.
Okay. So
yeah. No offense. It's just I was correcting them all the time, so I was like, I didn't learn anything.
Can you tell us about the system? Like how did you learn? What was the system? How did the like let's say did the class go?
How did the class go? The teacher would come in, tell us a bunch of words, and like we're supposed to memorize them. And on the next class, we sometimes we were supposed to write them at home as homework, like write them 10 times or 20 times in a column. And when we go to the class the next week, we're supposed to write them from memory.
Okay. So
that was me.
Okay, Rio, thank you so much. Let's go to Basma.
Okay.
Please, Basma, do not insult
What's the meaning of حفظ?
Memorize.
لا, not memorized. حفظ, the opposite of understanding. The teacher only taught us with the way of if you found a go, use the past. If you use the past, use ed. Found the letter, the word with ed and choose it. Not memorized. It's just ways to solve. They taught us the ways to solve the exam. If you found is and are, select the word with ing, something like that.
And so you don't learn the language, you learn the test.
Yeah, they learn it at the test, and not learning. It's just حفظ.
Okay.
I
Learning
can say
to
that in a
read
different
without help you.
way. I can say this in a different way, but that wouldn't be polite. So I'm just
No, please.
just okay. Okay, I know that it's recorded
Yes, please.
recorded one, so I'm not gonna say anything like that.
So, Basma, did it help you in any way? Like even a little bit? Did it help you a little bit?
And memorize the words like Rayo said. It only helps because it give you a huge amount for you can use again. But in every other things you don't learn the language. We have in engineering all the study is in English, and after finishing the secondary school and going to college, we had a lot of obstacles because of bad English they taught us in college. I had a lot of problems in studying. I used Google a lot in the first year. What's the meaning of it mean? Because in reading one page I could study it in a day, because most of words I didn't recognize it. So this is what make me I choose a different type of study for my daughter. I didn't I went to an ordinary school, governmental school. So I choose a different school for my daughter, special school, because the learning way in the governmental school is very ordinary and old-fashioned.
Okay. So Ma used 3 words I want to emphasize. First, she said obstacles, which things that make you stop. Obstacle, حواجز, things that make you stop. Okay?
Yeah.
We want to say that it's a governmental school, we say public school.
Yeah.
Public school is a governmental school. And the مدرسة خاصة are called private schools.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank you so much, Basma. Now, Asma.
Yes.
How did you learn English in school?
In fact, it was helpful for me in grammar. Now I remembered my teacher said it's rules of past simple, present simple. It was helpful for me just it. But for word pronunciation, no. In college and in my life, when I hear English word now, we talk English in Egyptian sense, just like school suitable,
Yeah.
like that. Just for me.
So, studying English at school only helped you with the basics, right? You made the first...
In grammar only.
What?
In grammar
only.
Yes. Rules.
Okay. At least there's
Rules of language.
Okay. Now let's go to Ahmed.
Okay. Okay. When they learn English at a school, they care about that one skill. They care about one skill and how to write things. They didn't care about how to speak. Okay. I guess they didn't learn that at college before they come to teach us. So they just go with the grammar and and things like tell us about words. You don't understand the word. Just they tell you the meaning of the word in Arabic. Okay, so you can just formulate sentences from these words without thinking. Think a lot. Is that fit in this sentence or not? You may find when you speak English with people, when you learn English, that you do it without any thinking, just like by intuition. Okay. So they didn't learn you how to speak. They might learn you how to read. Okay. And you will have a problem when you read, especially when you try to read books in the voice that you learned. With your broken English. Nothing called broken English, okay? Just English is English, no matter what your accent. But you're not able to be free when you speak. When the accent is about to be free and to not stutter a lot when you speak. But if they didn't learn you that, so you have a problem when you read, you have a problem when you speak, okay? They didn't do the basic things in a school, but at least they introduce the language to you. I don't recommend anyone to learn English from school. Just like if you're gonna taught your even from international schools. Actually, I heard that a lot of people from international schools doesn't speak English probably. So if you'd like to learn your children English, let them learn from the source, like our friend Rio said. I guess, or Abdurrahman, I'm not really sure. They told you to learn from the source itself, from English people, from the natives, so you can learn. I don't believe in that things happen in centers. This is not really the right way to do it, but it can help some people, so it's okay.
Thank you, Ahmed. So Ahmed used the word intuition. It's in the chat now. Intuition, it means that you do things by feeling. So when you feel like you need to use this word in this sentence, your intuition tells you need to do that. So it's not just about using words. Like when you feel like you don't feel like you have to go to this place, or you should not go to this place. It's your intuition tells you to go or not to go. That's what it means by intuition.
Exactly.
It's now in the chat. Okay, now.
mean إحساسي. Intuition mean like إحساسي.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it also has to do with some thinking, not just feeling. Intuition has to do with more thinking than feeling. It's like an instant thought in your head.
By experience. Again, this by experience.
Yeah, it's not just your feeling. It also has to do with some thinking too. That's the difference between feeling and intuition. Okay, now Abdurrahman, tell us, how did you learn English at school?
Okay, for me, I think the biggest problem is when you pronounce a word in a way that you can memorize it, so you don't say it right. You say it already false. So they focus on grammar a lot and don't care for interactions between the students. But at least I learned the basics, or the somehow of grammar. Maybe it's not in all how right, but I learned something that I can continue to develop myself, but it wasn't really good there.
Okay, thank you, Abdurrahman. Okay, can I talk about my experience? Because I want to. Okay. I think I have a completely different experience at school. Like when I first started, it was like my first year. We had the teacher, and I still remember she was my first teacher and my best teacher.
Oh.
My favorite too. She made like the way I'm trying to give you like way to speak English is what she was doing with us. She let us speak and make mistakes, and then she would correct the mistakes and write them on the board. Let us like read stories, and then when you don't understand the word, she writes it on the board and tell us what it means, how to use it. she made us like competitions between us, the students, on we can like make a project and then try to make a presentation in English, like the little English we had like in the first, second, third grade. It was great. I really liked English because of her. I don't think I'd be in this place if it wasn't for her. She was the best thing that ever happened to me at school, and that helped me, like pushed me towards I want to learn English more. And she was this motivation. She gave me like, okay, go read this book. I used to read a lot of stories, but there was translated stories, like from English to Arabic. Told me no, like now you read it in Arabic, try it in English and see if it's different. And come tell me. This like made a lot of difference to me. So I know that Basma and Asma have kids. If you want to help your kids with English, just try to make them read something in Arabic and then do it in English. Discuss the differences with them. This would really help them and will help you too, because now you can see the difference between how you act in Arabic. That's what we discussed at the beginning of the session. It's like how you act with Arabic and how you act in English. Do this would be really great for both of you and your children. And Ahmed Abdurrahman, of course, you can use it too. Okay, I need to move to...
Not all of us have this chance. So you are so much lucky.
Yeah, I think I'm very lucky when it comes to school. I had the best English teacher. Now, the last point is thinking in English. This is a yes or no question, but we're going to build on it. Who thinks in English when they are in a situation, or in another language? Like when you think, you feel like you're not thinking.
Yeah, I guess I think in English. Maybe all the time. No, just like not only when I speak. Sometimes I translate from English to Arabic to talk to people.
Okay, Ahmed, Rio.
I actually I've been thinking in English for like 2 years or 3 years by now. Like as my first language, even though I learned Arabic first, I think in English first.
Okay, Abdurrahman.
For me, I sometimes use English thinking when I make a plan or when I want to do something. I think in English. Maybe it's a part of the day, but not in all time. Maybe when I play chess, sometimes I think in English, but I try to stop myself to think faster in Arabic.
Okay, that's great. Okay, bravo. Basma?
Okay, I'm not. I don't use thinking in English. I think in Arabic, but in a special case when I put a specification for my job, like a valve or something. It's items in English, so I don't think in Arabic. I don't know. I have the word in Arabic for a gate valve, for ASME, ANSI 61.5. I don't know it's in Arabic, so I think in English in this case only.
Okay, Asma.
I think in English now. I try to use it in my kids, my speaking, like that.
Okay, let me ask you, Asma. Did thinking in English help you with becoming better in English?
Yes.
You made progress because you're not thinking in English.
In a lot, learning a lot of words and think in English to speak.
Okay, yeah.
يجبرك
Yeah, forces you to speak.
Oh.
Okay, thank you, Asma. Basma.
Yeah.
You said you don't think in English, but do you think you can...
In ordinary life. ordinary life, not in a course like here, in ordinary life.
So when you're talking to us now, do you find yourself thinking in English?
No, I think in Arabic, then I translate.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to work on this together. You don't have to do this alone. But I think we want you to try next week to try like for a while think in English and then not try to translate, because this takes time from you. And we noticed that. I think you should try and think in English. Like try it. It will not.
Okay.
Just try it and maybe it work for you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Basma. Ahmed. Is thinking in English helped you improve your English, or did it stay the same?
Yes, and just like you can express yourself what is in your mind when you think in English and you would like to get out what you think, so it would be easy. You don't have to spend more time and then thinking. You think twice when you translate. When you think about you think anyway. You think anyway, but you think at first to an Arabic or your own language, then you think in English how to translate this in English. So it helped a lot, especially when you talk to people that we are, interested in talking to each other. We would like to have a conversation, easy conversation, and say something. Okay, to understand a joke, you have to think in English.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay, Abdurrahman.
Okay.
You say that you try to make yourself think in English, right?
Yes.
Do you think it helped you when you tried pushing yourself to think? Did it help you?
It helps me when I try to express some words, so it comes to my mind, so I can use it after that. So it's ready to use, or it's ready for me. It's not far away from my mind, so I can use them easily.
So yeah, it makes you speak faster.
Yes, and get ideas faster.
Okay, this is great. I would have Rio, if you're back, tell me. Because he said in the chat that he'll be right back. Rio, if you're back, tell me. He is not back. Okay. So thank you so much for attending tonight. This was my last question for today. We were focusing on the methods to learn language, and then we went specifically to English, and then we again went more specifically to how we learn English, and then we discussed for a bit how we learn the English and how we want to learn English. I want to make this distinction because maybe you didn't have a good experience with English before, but starting from 2020, it's not a great year, but whatever, is that moving from here, we want you to think of English as an experience, not a language. This is not a subject at school. This is an experience now, and we want you to take it because English is really great. And like what Basma said, there's a lot of things you cannot reach without learning English. Like what Ahmed said, that you can get a lot of jobs if you don't have English. So if you continue learning in any way you think possible, or in any way you think is that works for you. You don't have to do what every other person is doing, but we try to give you some tips, what else you could do to improve your English. So thank you so much for attending today. I want to just give some last points. We want your feedback. Does anyone have anything to say?
Okay.
Ahmed, you want to say something?
Yeah. Remember that when you can't think correctly in your own language, you can do this in English. If you can do this in Arabic or your own language, you can do this in English.
I don't understand. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure of that. Just like I tried this when I tried to improve my English. I was thinking bad I tried to arrange my mind. And in Arabic bad, so I couldn't do that in English. So just like my experience. So that might help you.
Okay.
Just go ahead.
Okay. So again, last points is first we want to have your feedback on this podcast. Like, what did you think it was good? Do you think it was bad? Do you think it could be improved? What do you think about the instructor? What do you think about the time? What do you think about Zoom? If you want to give us your feedback, there are two ways. First, you can fill a written form, like we'll give you a link to a form that you can fill down, or we can have a Zoom meeting, one-on-one, where you can talk to someone from the club and he's going to take your feedback. Which one do you prefer? First, Abdurrahman.
I like to interact with someone who I can talk with him.
Okay, Ahmed?
I'm sorry. Okay, can you read this again?
Okay, we want to take your feedback on the session. There are two ways to take your feedback. Either to fill a form, to write it down, or to have a Zoom tool where we can talk to you one-on-one and take your feedback.
Actually, it was a great session. I liked it.
Give us a feedback now, Ahmed.
I was really happy to have this time with you. It was really interesting conversation. Especially, I would like to learn a new language, so that might help me. Of course, that will help me.
Okay, I'm sorry, Ahmed, but do you want to give us your feedback? Like, we want like a detailed feedback. Do you want to give your feedback in a form, to write it down, or to talk with someone like one-on-one, alone, to give your feedback?
I'll be okay with the form.
Okay, Asma, you said form. Basma?
Form.
Okay, so I will be sending Ahmed, Basma, and Asma a form to fill. Abdurrahman, I'm going to send you a time, or like to discuss a time where we can have a one-on-one call to take your feedback. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, this is one thing. The second thing, we record this call, like this podcast, we record it and put it on YouTube, and then we share this YouTube link on our Facebook. Okay, so you can get back to it and like listen to it again. Abdurrahman said that he likes to listen to radio stations. You can listen to this again and repeat the thing, like go over the things we said if you want. So we make like a 5-minute version of it on Facebook, and then we have a 10-minute on YouTube, and then the whole thing also on YouTube. And we post all the links on our Facebook page. So go check it out if you want to go over this session again. Okay?
Okay.
You all understand what I said? What?
Thank you.
Okay.
We will find the session on the Facebook.
Yeah, we always like share the session on Facebook. Okay. Last thing, we want to give you feedback on your performance in the session. Okay, like what did you didn't do that good? You can work on. What do we think that you can do to improve a certain problem? If you want that, please tell me now. So after your feedback, we can give you our feedback. And Abdurrahman, do you want that?
Yes, I want.
Yes, I want.
Okay, Basma is in. Asma?
Yes, I want.
Ahmed?
Yeah, that would be nice from you.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Again, just to repeat, Ahmed, Asma, and Basma are going to send you a link to a form. Abdurrahman is going to discuss it with you directly.
Okay. Now?
No, not now, because we have another session in 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm going to, and then after that, I'm going to send you your, like someone from the team is going to send you your feedback. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time.
You are welcome.
See you next week. We have also another podcast next week, Friday, from 7 to 8:30 and from 8:30 to 10.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye.